One of the most prominent individuals in early California history who has gone largely forgotten is William Alexander Leidesdorff Jr. The reason he isn't remembered as much as other figures in the 1840s in the Sacramento region is that Leidesdorff passed away at the age of 37 of what was at the time called brain fever that we know today as some form of meningitis in San Francisco on May 18th, 1848, before the gold rush started to ramp up. Now, who was William Alexander Leidesdorff Jr.? Leidesdorff was born in St. Croix, West Indies. He was the eldest son of Wilhelm Leidesdorff, a Danish sailor of Jewish descent, and Anna Marie Sparks, a woman of mixed African, Indigenous, and Spanish descent. At the age of 24, he migrated to New Orleans and became an American citizen. He held a master's license as a ship's captain and captained the ship the Julianne from New York to Monterey, the then capital of Mexican California, in 1841. William will move on to Yerba Buena, now known today as San Francisco, and establish commercial relations with Hawaii, other merchants in California, and the Russian-American Company. William Leidesdorff became a representative of the Russian-American Company and handled John Sutter's payments to the Russians after Sutter purchased Fort Ross just north of Bodega Bay. He had originally purchased it in December 1841 and was supposed to be making yearly payments. In 1844, William became a Mexican citizen and acquired an 8 square league, roughly 35,521 acre land grant that he named Rancho Rio de los Americanos. It encompassed the land south of the American River on the unceded ancestral homeland of the Miwok and Nisenan Native people, from what is today the western boundary of Rancho Cordova to the city of Folsom. Leidesdorff's rancho was just east of John Sutter's New Helvetia land grant and south across the American River from Eliab Grimes' Rancho Del Paso and Joel Dedman's Rancho San Juan. Also in 1844, Leidesdorff was appointed by Thomas Larkin as the United States Vice Consul to Mexican California. In November 1847, Leidesdorff captained the first steamboat on the Sacramento River called the Little Sitka. It was a 37-foot steamboat that faced a lot of criticism for its low speed. On December 4th, 1847, it was noted in the New Helvetia Diary, the fort's daily logbook, afternoon, the little steamboat arrived here from San Francisco, having had a voyage of 7 days. 7 days from San Francisco to the confluence of the Sacramento and American rivers, where Old Sacramento is today. On December 7th, 1847, the steamboat started to travel back to San Francisco from New Helvetia and struggled all the way. The California Star newspaper in San Francisco reported that an ox team traveled faster than the steamboat. In February 1848, the steamer was swamped in San Francisco Bay and was repurposed as a sailing schooner and later renamed the Rainbow. Despite this ridicule that newspapers gave it, the Little Sitka pioneered the way of steam navigation, which became prominent on the Sacramento River during the gold rush. Leidesdorff was one of the founders of San Francisco. He's buried in Mission Dolores. He never married and had no heirs. Captain Joseph Folsom purchased his land grant and San Francisco property from Leidesdorff's family living in St. Croix in the West Indies. They were never informed of the property's proximity to the location of these early gold mines on the American River. Before his death, Leidesdorff was one of the wealthiest men in California. Today, a 15-mile section of a memorial highway along US Highway 50 in Sacramento is named for him, along with 2 streets. One is in Folsom and the other one is in San Francisco.